Hi, I'm Wayward, and this is Universe at War. I am really excited to bring this match to you today because I finally have a Masari match to commentate that I didn't actually play in. So today, in the top right, in the blue, is Unlucky, and in the bottom left, in the red, as Novus, is Hakil. I think Hakil actually was in a previous match I had cast. I just didn't have the players in front of me when I cast it. So I think this is a return player, where I'm lucky. I think this is the first time I've actually cast anything by him. So really looking forward to seeing what happens in this match. Right away, Hakil has gone for 3 constructors, and we have 3 recycling centers around this first flow generator. Of course, the Novus need the flow generator to generate power for everything. They can build, I think, up to 5 or maybe 8 flow generators total. Everything in Universe at War has some sort of build limit units. Each building has its own build limit, so it's kind of a tightly controlled experience. Anyway, we have 3 recycling centers for income, and there's a total of 5 of those, and our first robotics assembly for infantry. Up here, we have a matter engine coming out. We have our skirmisher portal and a second matter engine. Down here, looks like we have a turret, a guardian. That's a really weird choice to me. And it looks like this is the knowledge vault, so that's for tech. That's going to give Unlucky access to higher tier units, I should say. Now, I actually don't like what I see Unlucky doing right now. So one of the Masari's core mechanics is the architect. Architects build structures, but 2 architects together can build structures faster, and once a structure is built, the architect can channel that structure to increase the build speed of units or the generation speed of resources. Splitting up architects like this means that you've got more building projects going on at a time, but each one is also going to take longer. What I like to do in the very early stages of a match, right away I put 2 architects on the Citadel so I can pump out architects more quickly, so I can expand my economy more quickly. We have units coming out at a very slow pace for the skirmisher portal. We have 1 architect here boosting income from this matter engine. Another matter engine way out here in the middle of nowhere, which is weird to me. Not necessarily bad. It can be used for scouting and as a deterrent against aggression. But Novus have about 1,000 ways to punish this, so it's a kind of a weird choice. Now down here for Hakil, I'm going to try to enunciate more clearly. We have all 5 recycling centers. We have a second flow generator coming up, and again, I don't think this is the best idea. Personally, you've got 2 flow generators on the same screen width apart. To me, it makes more sense to have your flow generators quite far apart, so that if one goes down, the other one is sitting right next to it, waiting to be destroyed. On our robotics assembly, we have these pylons here that denotes that it can produce blade troopers. And over here we have our first vehicle assembly and our science center going down. So some really quick tech going on for Hakil. More turrets coming up, a lot of turrets, and an architect coming out here. He could get killed, but these nice little ohm bots here that are scouting, just let him walk on by without comment. Another matter engine going up for Unlucky, which brings our total to 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5. There's the 5th one. Interesting, really interesting to me, the flight machina coming down before our machina. So the machina or machina, I guess, I don't know. I think machina flows off the tongue better. Anyway, typically the machina is the primary production structure for the Masari. We have a little poke in here from these 5 ohm bots. They're not going to really make anything happen, I don't think. They could hurt this matter engine, but with just the couple of them and them being in range of this guardian, not much is going to happen. Another combat going on over here between these 2 disciples and these 5 ohm bots. I guess 3 of the 5. Kind of poking. These ohm bots could definitely overwhelm these guardians. or disciples, but they are choosing not to. So this matter engine actually did take some damage, but that attack was cleaned up. We have this architect coming over to heal it up. And a mode switch. So one thing Universe at War does, they call it tactical dynamics. Each faction has a way to customize its play in various ways. The Masari have the most binary. They can switch their entire faction between light mode and dark mode. Units move faster in dark mode, they generate armor, they slow with their attacks. In light mode, they see further and they do bonus damage. And the units are actually quite different. Every unit has a different weapon in light mode versus dark mode, with the possible, I think, exception of the Disciple. I believe Guardians have different weapons. All of the units and most of the turrets actually have different weapons. So it's a major change to the faction, but it's very binary between light and dark. Speaking of that, we haven't looked at tech yet. It looks like we have our first balance mode tech. Balance branch is my favorite tech tree for the Masari. They have a lot of things they can do with it. It's got a lot of tactical possibilities. And it actually encourages the players to swap modes. Mostly, you tend to see the players stick with the mode they're specializing in. If they're specializing in light matter, they stay in light matter mode, and if they specialize in dark, they stay in dark. But with balance, that's the one branch that kind of gives you the best of both worlds in some ways. Down here, our Novus player has a pretty quick EM super weapon. This is the less powerful of the two Novus super weapons, but still good for them to have out. We've got a couple of antimatter tanks coming out, and finally some additional production. Now, I think Hakil is making a number of mistakes here. First off, it's clear that there's no flow network out here. I can't see the flow network because they become invisible once they're built, and due to the way the replay system works, it doesn't allow me to see from the Novus player's perspective in the same way. Looks like we had to switch back to light matter mode for unlucky. But you see we have some really long distance mining going on here. Now, if Hakil was properly expanding his flow network, first off, he'd have a lot more map vision and a lot more mobility with these Ombots, but also these resource collector drones would be a lot quicker getting where they need to go. So definitely issues with the flow network here. Should be expanding out here, should be expanding up here. A little more combat. These variants are super powerful anti-infantry. They're going to absolutely murder these disciples. There's absolutely no chance that these survive unless Hakil, for some reason, doesn't chase them. And Hakil chooses not to chase them. So looks like we do have two get away. We have a Seer, which is one of my favorite Masari units. I'll talk about them hopefully at some point. And, oh, we actually have... So that there was a scanner sweep by Unlucky, and this here is Victor Mirabel, one of the most annoying and powerful heroes in the game. So, I do not remember the name of the tech branch off the top of my head. I apologize. But it's the resource branch. It gives the Novus additional resources and the ability to make their units cheaper way down in tech, and also to basically make them stronger. Up here we have Hakil. Instead of capturing this outpost, we have Hakil destroying it. I'm not entirely sure why that could be useful for either player, but it looks like Hakil didn't want to bother with it for some reason. Army size, I think, definitely is favoring Hakil here. Unlucky being really uber Masari in just not producing units. Finally have a Machina coming up, though, fortunately, and we are getting some upgrades. So this Matter Sifter is basically just increased production speed for resources. So got that coming up everywhere, and Mirabel just being a nuisance. Taken down to low health and runs away. Good for that. Heroes slowly regenerate health when out of combat, so eventually Mirabel will be able to come back and participate again, but a little bit of scouting, but not much actual damage. This is really killing me, seeing all these recycling drones not teleporting around, but slowly floating across the map. I think that's going to hurt Hakil in the long run. EM destabilizer is ready. Still very little production. We have 3 flow generators. I'm not sure Hakil really is in the best place right now. I feel like the flow network is not as well established as it should be. Clearly, I can't see it, but I would know if they were teleporting around. And if Hakil had been expanding the flow network properly, they would be seeing this Guardian come down. We do have some kind of scattered turrets out here for Masari player. More turrets coming down, some infantry sitting over here, infantry sitting over here. Now, Masari can afford to do this. If the Novus player is not being aggressive, which they're not really being aggressive in this game, it really affords the Masari a lot of time to kind of expand and sit and be comfortable. And this is showing you the problem with that. These variants are now absolutely useless. Any turrets are going to murder these variants. So variants basically can't come anywhere near the Masari base until these turrets get cleaned up by something. And a couple of own bots are not going to kill a turret that's being healed by 2 architects. Now, Hakil may not know this, I don't think. Thank goodness. No, actually killed them. I was going to say thank goodness. Unlucky he was in dark mode, but no, those architects get wiped out. And this turret actually getting pretty low. But Mirabelle also getting pretty low on health. Gotta get out. Oh, bad pathing, and Mirabelle doesn't even kill a turret. It's actually got 0% health, so it's probably got 1 hit point or something, but really, really painful. Let's see, got some more own bots probably coming out up here. I think there were actually blade troopers in there. Let me see. That's a good tech switch for Hakil. Blade troopers are really powerful and have a bunch of abilities that'll make breaking these walls pretty easy. Oh, this is killer. Got this Sky Guardian up here killing recycler drones. Now, they're free. Was that an amplifier? That's weird. Another Sky Guardian coming out. That's kind of a nasty play. Watch these blade troopers murder this whole base. Let's see. Gotta get the duplication ability. No? EMP, that's also useful. So they still attack. There we go. They're duplicating. And now they're going to do... Actually, also the blackout grenade would be useful here. Another turret coming up. Blade troopers. We lost a lot of blade troopers killing that base. We have some Conquerors coming out. This is one of my favorite tanks in the game. I just think it looks really cool. It actually ends up getting replaced by the Peacebringer later, but it's a pretty decent mid-game option, especially against the Novus. That Guardian's going to go down, but I think these Blade Troopers are also going to crumble. Yeah, just 2 Blade Troopers don't really stand a chance against Dark Matter Masari Conquerors. Actually, none of this is... Kill it. Kill it. Get built. We shall have to see. See, it actually has a different attack. This mode, it gets a spread. Say in Dark Matter mode, it gets a spread. In Light Matter mode, it's a beam. What is that beam? It's like a amplifier beam. Okay, let's see. Back in this base, we have... So this upgrade is... I don't know why it jumped me up here. This allows the field inverter to come out, and this one allows the wave amplifier to come out. So we have high tech here from our Novus player, but really, really bad flow spread. We also have some unused blade troopers just hanging out in the trees, taking a vacation. So right now, Unlucky's position looks really, really dominant. Got some army, actual army coming out. Blade troopers taking this little harass farm out. That's a good plan. That architect is going to regret his life in about a second. Goodbye. That's going to go down pretty quick too. A lot of turrets for Unlucky. And it's actually bad that Hakil is letting this happen. And we're seeing, look, Hakil basically has nothing right now. No real units. Just a couple of... And you can see with just a couple of blade troopers are able to kill these turret farms really quickly and easily. We do have Peacebringers coming out and Skylords. This is game-ending stuff unless Hakil does something impressive. Let's see, finally have our Oracle. So the Masari need the Oracle to basically get the full mini-map, and now they have it built. there's ways to upgrade it to do additional stuff as well. It's got 2 upgrades, Detection of Motion and All-Seeing Eye. Not super important, but definitely the actual Oracle is important to get the full mini-map. So, still cleaning up the Masari nastiness over here. That Architect actually does get away, so good for him. All this long-distance mining really hurts my heart. I'm terrible with the Novus, personally. I'm no good with them, but I know good play from bad play when I'm seeing it, and this is frustratingly inefficient to me. I'd really like to see... Okay, so we do have the other super weapon coming out. This ring is an upgrade to the Science Center that allows the Masari player, the Novus player, to actually build their powerful super weapon, which is actually super intimidating. So this can be broken, and I think that Hakil will break this, but it's going to be costly. And we have this nasty army being built up over here. It looks like, in fact, we also have the Masari super weapon, the Matter Controller. In Dark Matter mode, it's not as scary. It's mostly used for healing. It does do area damage, but it also heals. Does it heal? Maybe it only heals with the upgrade. So it doesn't actually heal, but it does a pretty wide AoE, light AoE over time. It'll be pretty good against Novus units. So we do have this coming in here, and this will... Oh, we actually got tier 4 with the Balance Branch. Oh, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I thought tier 4 had the matter conversion. It's actually tier 3. Oh, switched to light mode and... No. Switched to light mode but did not? Interesting. Interesting. But that army had no chance against this nasty Masari army. And that is... Right. Anyway, right now we have an income increase for our Masari player. We have invisible armies. You see that they're transparent. The Seer gets an upgrade at tier 4 balance that makes nearby units invisible. We have Skylords flying around with their artillery weapons. And what is this? A bunch of Ohm bots? This is not going to do too much, obviously. The Ohm bots can actually beat this, but not clumped up like this. The Skylord just... The AoE is too much. They might get 1. No, I don't think they're even going to get 1. Barely the 1. Or just attack them. There. I think this is... We have a couple more units up here, but this is enough to crush the Novus base. So I do wish the match were a little more impressive, but I don't think there's anything a Novus player can do at this point. It's just been... Hakil's been behind the whole time, and while we have some defenses here and we have a couple of antimatter tanks coming out, that's really nothing near enough to handle this Masari force. And even if it were, we have got another Masari force behind the first one. So we see the Seers actually revealing the flow network and killing it as they go. But this couple of turrets isn't going to do anything against this force. We actually do have some hackers come out, which is a good plan from a kill. But there's just not enough. Oh, we have Prince Zessus down here. I didn't notice him come out. He's actually my favorite Masari hero, too. It's got a lot of useful stuff that he can do. See, and look, I said this earlier, and we had the blackout grenade go down, which is useful to stop these units from attacking. But we had both of those flow conduits go down. Flow generators go down immediately. We only have 1 left, and not enough conduits to power the rest of this. There's only income from 1 recycling center at this point. So this army was held off, but they managed to deal some nasty damage, kill some production, kill 2 flow generators, kill some So really unfortunate to see the Novus player. We got the super weapon, the Masari super weapon going down, killing that last flow generator. And this is basically it. The game is over now. The Masari player can't do anything at this point, or the Novus player can't do anything at this point. Hakil's done. We have 3 Peacebringers coming down from Unlucky. So to me, this was less a matter of Unlucky playing well than of Hakil not playing well. No offense, Hakil. I don't have anything against you. I feel like just your opponent was just a better player in this case. If I had some suggestions for the Novus player in this case, it would be a lot more aggressive. You need to be aggressively expanding your foe network. You need to be aggressively preventing the Masari from getting to this point. There were a lot of points early in the match where Unlucky had very little anything get past the turrets. You can go kill the Matter engines with Blade Troopers. You can even kill them with mass Ohm bots. But sitting back and letting the Masari player build up is exactly what they want to do. This was very much, every instant of this match was very much playing to Unlucky's strengths as a Masari player. And this map is not a great one for Novus. There's a lot of resources, and they're widely spread out.
An opponent has been vanquished.
So, I think it was useful to watch this. Not the best match, I don't think. You see, we have Unlucky with 8,000 resources. Now, Masari have 10 times fewer resources coming in than Novus, so it's really 80,000 if you multiply it by 10. So a lot more resources coming in for Masari, and Novus really didn't they kind of futzed around in the early game, didn't really commit to a strategy, didn't really get out there with those variants and kill all the architects, for instance. There's kind of a lot of waffling from Hakil in the early stages of the map, and that really let Unlucky do just whatever he wanted in the late game. So, thanks for watching. This has been Wayward, and this has been Universe at War, Masari versus Novus. Hopefully we see more Masari play in the future.